Hello everybody and welcome back to the Ant Holleufer YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at a new store called Ants Norway. This store has primarily started with only selling OUTWORLDS, and I was lucky enough to get sponsored to receive an OUTWORLD. So that is what we are going to be unboxing, building and having a little bit of fun with. Now I do want to say this disclaimer, this video is just kind of going with it. It's not so professional, it's just me trying to playing around and seeing how everything works. And also I should also say that this OUTWORLDs are not meant for small species like Leishes and Phytoli and Thermothorax, small species, and that is because they have a small mistake that some air holes where the ants are able to escape. But either way, it works fine with bigger species. I have my Formica fusca in there right now, and it works without problems. And it will also work with Camponotus and stuff like that, just not for small species. And with that all out of the way, let's start the video. So this is the package, and once again we have a live unboxing, meaning that I'm not doing any voiceover, but I'm just standing here. So we do have a little bit of tracking information and my address and stuff like that, so I just cut that away. Nice smooth cut. Start off by having a little bit of paperwork once again. Just gonna throw that away. So these are two OUTWORLDs, and I'm still not sure whether I need to construct them or not, so it will be exciting to see. I think I have to make them. A lot of protection at least, and that's always a good thing. Then we have a little bit of tubing. Some more tubing. Made in Sweden. I thought this was no Norwegian shop. Ah, definitely. Just a bad joke. So we have a lot of small screws. And then we have some of the plates, I think. And there we go. That's everything. Okay, so my just first look at this is that this is one OUTWORLD, and this is another OUTWORLD, and I'm guessing it belongs like this. And now it's just time to construct this, so I will just check whether I have a manual. I do not, so I'm guessing that I can find this on their website. But we're gonna start with constructing this little OUTWORLD here. And as far as I've been told, it is pretty easy to figure out how it works. And I'm guessing, I think I know how it's supposed to be built. Like these will click into these. Yeah, okay. I was just told to use some pictures of the OUTWORLDs to see how they are made. So this is very clearly the bottom plate, and then we need some sides. Oh wait, okay, so we both have these sides. And then what is this? Made like this. So it goes like this. Oh no, that's not correct. Oh, maybe this is the side like this. Does this seem correct? I'm just gonna play a little bit around with this. This goes here, that's all I know. So what do we have for the sides? We have something to a big connect thing. So it needs to connect to something like this. Seems correct. Then we have a side that should connect like this. And then maybe you lift the entire thing up to connect. Does this seem correct? Yeah, it seems pretty correct to me, I think. Like this. Oh, there we go. Okay, starting to look like something. That connects. boom, like all of this. And then we have the lid, sits on top here. And then we have the smaller lid that's, oh, okay, so this connects, so you put it like this. Okay, okay. So I pretty much have it all constructed now. I just need to figure out how it needs to stick together, because as far as I can see, nothing is really holding it together. Also, I have all of these rings. Do these connect like this? So it sticks. Ah, okay. So I think as these connects here, and then they stick, so you can't take it out again, because now this is stuck. Yeah, and then you connect. Yeah, okay, okay. So I don't know quite how long it's been. I think it took me around 20 minutes to build this. And the thing that took a lot of time was actually not to construct it, but to take all of this acrylic protection away. But the construction was pretty simple. And the lid, of course, does not stick. But the construction was quite simple when I figured out how it worked. So I just started by screwing this to the bottom plate, the floor, and that was quite simple. And then I built it, like you saw before, I just built it with the acrylic protection on. And when I had the whole construction done, I slowly took one by one of the acrylic off and put them right here. And at the end I just put these red elastics around the whole nest, so now it is nice and solid. And for the lid, you get these small black screws, I'll show in a minute. And I firstly thought that you should take them apart and put them together like this, but you just need to assemble the lid and just click it through. So I will show it while I construct the large nest. Firstly, I will unwrap all of this and try to make it a little model of it to make sure that I know what I'm doing, and then I will show you all how I did it. Also, just while we are here, let's just see how tight this is. Well, a nice good fit. It won't go anywhere. So yeah, that definitely works. I thought you couldn't just, right here it's still loose, but then it has this little, you have to go over this little bump, and that makes it all become very stuck. My biggest problem was actually while constructing the first, oh I just dropped the lid again, was actually that I couldn't quite screw these on, due to me not being able to hold. I didn't have anything to hold these. At the end I just gave up, because it doesn't really matter, as even though this, you can definitely put it on better if you just have something to hold on here, but it doesn't matter that you can do this, because well, the ants can't get out. And as soon as the outworld is connected to something, you won't move this, so therefore it wouldn't matter at all. But I'll just now unpack all of these and try to construct it on camera, which won't be good, but I will try my best. Okay, so now I have made the bigger outworld already. It is not connected or anything. The only thing I've done is I've taken all the plastic off, and then I have mounted the bottom part on right here. Like just with the other outworld as well, this is a little bit loose. And I'm not sure if it's a problem or not. I don't think it's a problem, as of course the ants can't get down there. Now, I'll now show a little bit of how you just take these small elastic bands and just kind of take them around the outside like this. And there we go. Now the outworld is pretty much all assembled. Now we take this and put it on top. You can start to get a feeling of how everything works together. Now the next thing is where I failed a little bit while constructing the first one, is the lid right here. So this lid is just the right size to fold down through this, and that is because you have to connect it. If I can just get this, there we go. A little bit hard doing this from the side, but it then connects to this, and then you can put this on top. So this is actually quite a smart system. You get these small screws, which are actually 2 screws put together, and what you do is you just take it, put it in the hole, and then you just, let me see if I can push it through like that. Gives a little pop, and then it is in place. So you do with all 4, of course. Now it's probably best to do it opposite each other, because then you're sure that it all will fit together. And then the final one. Now I think I may have done this upside down. Yeah, definitely did this upside down. That's how it is. I did put it upside down, so I'll see if I can push it out again. And this was actually a very quickly fixed. You can just take it out, and there we go. So now we have this on top, and now finally we just need to screw the little tab you take on the middle here, and then we're all good to go. So when you have gotten the screws the correct way on, you just have this little small screw that you just screw on the little knob for. Now this is just something you can do by hand. Just push it through, and then you just start to turn it. Now it would be a lot better if I just succeeded, but my fingers are not communicating with me. There we go. And then you just screw this little knob on, and yeah, then you are done. So quite a lot easier to make it the second time than the first time, but as you can see, now we just have this little lid with this little knob that you can take off, and then you can take this off if you want to get an all good access. And yeah, then you have the entire Outworld for a second time. So finally over to a little bit of voiceover. This is the Outworld after around 1 month of use. I originally have Lacius niger in here, but sadly they were able to escape, and that's also what I mentioned in the intro, that it shall be fairly big species that live in here, but else I think this Outworld is really good looking. I like the simplicity of the design. It's easy to build, it's easy to go in and clean. I'm a big fan, although of course you have to use some bigger species. This in here is Formica fusca, and they fit in here just perfect. 0 escapees so far. But as you can see, I had to go out and do some handheld recording because this medium Outworld is just so mega huge. It's crazy tall and crazy big, and yeah, it doesn't fit on my little recording desk. But these are the 2 Outworlds, and I'm a big fan. I think they are quite great, and as a first product of their store, or their first Outworld of their stores, I think this has some serious potential. They just have the small escapees problem with the smaller species, but then again, not all people have small species. And yeah, this has been a look into the medium and the small Ants Norway Outworld. And yeah, Holleuffers, that has been it for this video. What do you think of this Outworld? Let me know down below. I am a big fan of it, although I did have some problems with my Lacius niger escaping, but now I have my not Lacius niger in there, it works a lot better. Now, before we end the video, I want to say a big thank you to my YouTube members. Thank you to WaKooshi, thank you to Hufflepuff, thank you to Medical Carcash 9. Let's just go with the flow and say it like that. Thank you all for being a member, at least at the time of recording. I am pre-recording this a little bit because I can't make a video next weekend, but you're watching this next weekend, I think. Either way, thank you to my YouTube members. And with that all out of the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Become a member today, if you like. And I'll see you all in another video. Bye!